Today I'm at the grocery store and we're going to play a game with the customers called May I Look at Your Groceries Please? I've got this little fetish about looking at people's groceries when they go through the checkout counter just to see if they're eating healthy or if they're picking really bad stuff. So let's go see what I can find. You might want to rethink that.
Is this better?
That's better. Hi, I'm Paul. I am a fitness trainer, nutrition expert. I like to play this game that I call, May I Look at Your Groceries, Please? So is it okay if I sort of analyze what you're buying, maybe give you some insight on what you're buying that is healthy, maybe some stuff that's unhealthy that you may think is healthy?
Sure.
Is that okay?
Yeah,
all right.
I think
So here you picked a much better cereal because you're getting 9 grams of fiber per serving, whereas the other one you're only getting 5 or 6 grams of fiber. Plus you're getting a lot more nutrients in here. So you'll see the percentages on the back of the vitamins and the minerals are much higher than the previous cereal you were buying. So much better choice. So take a look at the labels and you can make a better choice in your cereal products.
Okay.
Craisins, cranberries. You buy these often?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I do.
Well, the problem with these is that, cranberries are good, but here these ones are sweetened cranberries, so they add sugar to them. So if you look on the back here, they've added sugar, so you're getting 130 calories for like 40 grams, which is way too much. So if you got them without sugar in them, you could cut the calories in half and still get the nutritional value out of the cranberry.
Okay.
Okay? What's with the cheese? You big cheese fan?
I do eat a lot of dairy.
You like the cheese?
I do.
Cheese is fine. You know what? You're allowed about that much per day. A thumb size, 1 ounce. So you just got to be careful of how much cheese you're putting onto your food products.
Okay.
You're buying some good stuff here. I like that. Look at that. You got some nice green vegetables. Fantastic. I love that. The cucumber, great. Love the bananas, fantastic. A lot of people think bananas aren't that healthy because they got so many calories for a serving. But you know what? Go hard on the bananas, especially if you're going to exercise. You need the extra calories, and it's a good source of potassium, right?
Okay.
Here is something you might want to try to avoid: the digestive cookies. So you buy these often?
Yes, I do.
You do, yeah. So with these cookies, 2 cookies, 120 calories. For a typical female, you're going to need about 1,200 to 1,500 calories per day, right? So in 2 cookies, you're almost getting 10% of your whole calorie intake for the day. So it's just really not worth it if you're only allowed a certain amount of calories. So do you have a goal of losing weight or anything like that? Are you happy with the weight that you are right now?
No, obviously I have a goal of losing weight.
Do you?
Doesn't every female?
I think, yeah, pretty well. So if your goal is to lose weight, you definitely want to cut back on stuff like this, right? You go for the high nutrient stuff. So what is it with the girls and all about peanut butter? Girls seem to love peanut butter. Every time I go into somebody's fridge, I find peanut butter. Big fan?
I don't know. Well, I think sometimes it's just a misunderstanding. You think it's a protein supplement.
Well, you know what? There is a little bit of protein in here, but an incomplete protein, right? So you're not getting all the amino acids in here, plus you're getting a lot of fat. You're getting 90 calories for a tablespoon, just not worth it.
Yeah,
you could probably eat close to 3 ounces of chicken for the same amount.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
So there you go.
That's got to go.
There you go. Love this choice. You're getting some good tuna. Fantastic choice. So, so half your grocery cart's pretty good. The other half we could probably work on. So you got the chocolate milk and you got the regular milk. What's with this?
Sometimes I just feel like I need some chocolate, so I'm thinking chocolate milk is a good option.
You know what? And that's not bad thinking because you're still getting the dairy and the calcium from the milk, but you are getting a lot of extra sugar. So if this is going to be your only chocolate fix of the day, much better choice than going out and getting a chocolate bar. But you just got to be careful. Like a lot of, I've been reading lately that, chocolate milk has been being fed to children because they want the sugar content and it's still a healthy nutritional snack. You just got to be careful of how much you give them, right? So you just got to limit this, but I would stick with the white milk if you can.
Okay.
Let's see what else we got here. Obviously, the chips. We got to avoid that. So how are you doing with this? Are you doing this daily?
No, not daily.
Are you a big salt fan?
Salty, yes.
The salty and the chocolate milk? You like the sugar too, do you?
Well, usually you have the salty snack and then you need something sweet.
You get the salty snack out of the way and then you got to sort of balance that with the sugar, right? So here, you got to watch it, 260 calories for 14 chips.
Oh my gosh.
You're getting a lot of calories. That's hitting a big chunk of the calorie allotment that you're allowed for the day. So I'd say I'm not even going to let you buy these today. Bye-bye. There you go. Okay, let's take a look at the yogurt. Big fan of yogurt?
I usually have it for breakfast.
Right. So one thing you can do with yogurt, you can look for the products that have skim. So I see you did get a skim milk version, so that's a little bit lower in fat. And you want to get products that have less sugar in them. So the plain yogurt's the best. Of course, it doesn't taste as good, but it's a better choice than getting all the sugars that you add in here. So if you notice in the second ingredient, it's sugar. Then after that, it's fructose, another type of sugar.
Okay.
So they just add sugar in there to make it taste good, right? So if you go plain yogurt, add some berries into it,
Okay.
much better choice.
Okay.
Okay. Overall, I would say I'm going to give your cart, a B, because you've got some great choices in here.
Okay.
Some stuff that we could probably do without.
Okay.
So if you're really serious about trying to lose weight, just be a little bit smarter with your grocery shopping.
Okay.
You're good.
Thank you.
For those of you that sign up for the newsletter, you're going to get some bonus material in Paul's spinach chicken salad, probably the most nutritious, healthiest meal that I eat every week. So sign up for the newsletter, and I'll get you out that recipe.